Danny and I'm going to start off by resubstantiating a few of the things that Tori went over. First off, with the affirmative claim that in Europe, vital intelligence will be shared with other countries. According to the Gregorian Other Governments Department, seen on king5.com, it says that a lot of these versions have already been built in France, and with a couple of the other U.S. allies. Those are the tankers that Northrop is planning on delivering. Secondly, the second claim that I wanted to substantiate that Tori talked about was that Northrop is fairly new to the tanker industry, opposed to Boeing, who has been in the industry for much longer. One of the topics I wanted to go into for that was that Boeing really does outshine other companies such as Northrop's, for example, with Airbus. According to king5.com, there was a statement made that said 2 years ago, confidence in Boeing's bid. This is an example of how losing faith in Boeing can actually end up hurting the U.S. government. So this is an issue that actually did happen earlier, and with going with Northrop again this time, the U.S. government could be hurt. It says that, according to king5.com, 2 years ago, confidence in Boeing's bid was dashed when the Pentagon announced it would buy the Airbus tanker. Much of the rationale, which Air Force procurers officers pointed to, was the extra carrying capacity for troops, medical evacuation, and cargo. The A330 had over the 767. The A330 is a much bigger plane. Feeling hoodwinked, Boeing protested the award to the Government Accountability Office and won. This is just a mirrored office of exactly, or a mirrored situation of what's going on right now. The U.S. government lost faith in Boeing and went with another company working with Northrop, and in the long run ended up losing out on the situation. They should have kept faith in the older company, like Boeing. And so that's one of the topics I wanted to resubstantiate for Tori. Another topic was that Boeing's model has more to offer than according to the terms and structure for the U.S. military. It's not so much that the planes have more to offer, it's just according to the terms that the USAF, the United States Air Force, put in their contract that they were asking for. Boeing comes in line with those guidelines much more than Northrop does. According to AirForceTechnology.com, there's a statement made saying that the 777 base tanker is more compatible to the size of the Airbus A330 and is more technologically advanced A-frame, and it can be offloaded 23% more fuel, carry 44% more cargo, and 42% more passengers than the A300. This just shows that, yeah, possibly the Northrop plane or tankers are more technologically advanced, but according to according to a statement made by the USAF on blogal.com, the USAF service diminished the value it placed on the capability of each plane to carry cargo and passengers, in addition to fuel, a key advantage for the Northrop aircraft. So all these advantages that Northrop is saying that they have, aren't things that the USAF is looking for. That's something that they did in the original contract, but in the new one, they are lessening their desire to have all these advantages. They want something more simple, and these are statements that have been made by the USAF and the Pentagon. And then I wanted to go over a few topics that Jocelyn just spoke about. The three reasons we were hitting letting intelligence spread. First of all, she was talking about the base they would be building for the erection of these planes. Just because there's a base being built doesn't mean that the intelligence is going to be any more safer. According to Real American Tankers, it says that it says that 50,000 jobs would be built with Boeing if the tanker was built in America, opposed to the 2,000 that would arise in France when the tanker would be built in France, and these would be mostly filled by French workers. So it's just showing that our intelligence would not be as safe. The second thing I wanted to go over that Jocelyn talked about was that Northrop is newer. She said that this isn't a problem because there have been tested tankers built as well as sent over to Saudi Arabia. This is actually just reaffirming our first point that intelligence would be spread. And then the last point that I wanted to go over that Jocelyn talked about was saying, like I said, that the Northrop tankers are better. She said Boeing is arguing that something's wrong with their tankers, with the Northrop tankers, but in reality, Northrop was never saying this. They were saying that their guidelines for the tankers that they're trying to build are more in tune with what the USAF is asking for, which are simple tankers, not so much concerned with cargo space and more fuel or bigger sizes. These are just things that were stated by the Pentagon. So that's that.